Hello, and welcome back to the SolidCAM mill turn training videos. At the end of our last video, we just completed a drilling operation which drilled the center bore in our part. What I want to talk about now, we in the last video we went into simulation, we went into turning mode to give the simulation of the drilling toolpath that we'd done. So just to kind of recap here, we had faced the part, we had turned the OD rough and finish turn using tools on the lower turret as well as tools on the B-axis main spindle of the machine. What I want to talk about now is what we call MCOs, or what are called machine control operations. Inside of the simulation, everything's fine. There is no issues. When I take this into machine simulation, however, because of the kinetic makeup of the architecture of this machine and how the machine's built, again, we're utilizing both the lower revolver turret as well as the upper B-axis head. I just want to simulate this so we can watch what's actually happening, and we can see that the B-axis is still parked in the position after that operation. And the same way with the lower turret. The lower turret is actually in position, and we have some interference issues that are coming into play with this because of the kinematic nature of the machine. And according to machine simulation, I can see the issues that I'm having. I've got a collision with these components within this environment. So what we have to do is talk about MCOs. And in the turning tab, you're going to see MCO listed, and again, machine control operation. So think of an MCO as any movement that the machine can make that's not specifically related to the part itself. Okay. And MCOs can be manually written, so we can write our own manual MCOs if we want to, but we can also have MCOs saved away for common type of routines. So what I'm going to do here is position my cursor in my tree where I need an MCO to be positioned. And so when I launch MCOs, and again, we can activate any particular component and drag it over into the list and write our own manual MCO. But part of the post-processor build can be an MCO that is predefined to do a certain things. And in this case, what I want to do is I want to do a B-axis retract, position X, Y, Z, and B, and then pre-position the tool changer to do the tool change to the next drilling or for the next operation, which in this case is a drilling operation. When you have MCOs that are saved away as part of the post processor, it has key information in it for what it's going to do. So there's our machine preview button. So when I position this or select this, what we can see is kind of where the B-axis is in. And the first thing I'm going to have it do is I want it to retract to a home position. And if I click on this, what you're going to see is that it moves the machine out of the way, so the lower turret can get engaged or whatever might need to happen next. And then in this case here, it's going to tilt the B-axis into position to go in for the tool change. Once I have the MCO set, there's really nothing here that I need to do because again, this is a predefined MCO to do a certain task. So once I have that in there, I'm going to go ahead and hit save and calculate. And it will introduce that MCO within the environment within the list of our operations. Same thing as well. I may want to position an MCO after the last one. So let's just kind of catch up and see what this does. So when I take this now into machine simulation, what you're going to see is after it does the initial facing operation, it's going to retract the tool, the B-axis head out of the way, and then position it and do the tool change for the drilling operation to get that out of the way. So we cleared one of the interference issues, so we got the one issue solved. We still have another interference issue with the lower turret interfering with the B-axis when it's going in to do the drilling operation. So there's our rough and finish turn, and as it comes out, um, as it's done after its finished turning operation, the B-axis is trying to come in and actually drill the center bore of the hole. And I want to make sure that the turret is safely out of the way as well. So I just slowed the simulation down again so we can kind of watch this and kind of see. It's going in for its tool change. And then once the tool change is complete, the the lower turret's going to come in, do the rough and finish turn on the OD of the part, but I need to position it so it safely moves the revolver back out of the lower turret out of the way after it's done and completed. So um, after this next operation, again, I'm going to go to my MCO, and in this case here, I need to retract the revolver. So part of the predefined MCOs is going to be the revolver, retract, and X. And again, there's not a whole lot for me to do because this is a predefined command that's just telling the machine to do something and getting this turret out of the way. Again, I'm going to hit save and calculate and close this. And so now I've got these MCOs positioned in their correct locations. So once I go to my operations, go into simulation, machine simulation at this point here, and we'll run the simulation facing the front with the upper B axis, getting it out of the way, performing the tool change to the drill, because that's the next operation that's using the B axis. So it's going to do a tool change to tool 21. Lower turret's going to come in, do the rough and finish turn, and then revolve or retract will position that out of the way so that my B axis can safely get into position for that next operation. Thank you for watching this video. We will have more content on MCOs in future videos, but this was a good time to talk about this now. If you have questions, please feel free to reach out to us at support. We're happy to help in any way that we can. Have a great day and see you on the next video.